One of the biggest topics in the NBA is who is the face of the league. Well, if we go back through NBA history, we had Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain back in the 60s. Pretty much no one in the 70s. In the 80s, we had Bird versus Magic. In the 90s, we had Michael Jordan, and that's pretty much it. 2000s, we had Kobe, even though he only won a few championships. 2010s, we had LeBron and Curry. But in the 2020s, it just seems like we don't really have a face league. You might be wondering, isn't the face league just the best player in the NBA? And that isn't always the situation. Jokic, Giannis, Shea, Luca, they're all great players. But we'll get into why they can't be the face of the NBA. Well, to figure out who the future face of the league is, we have to look at what the future face of the league needs to be. Well, if you look back on the NBA history, Bill Russell, Will Bird, Magic, Jordan, LeBron, and Curry. What do they all have in common? Well, they're all American-born players. Now, this is an argument brought up, but the face of the league usually is an American-born player. So already that knocks out Jokic, Shea, Luca, Giannis, and Wemby. Some of the best players in the league. But what else does the future face of the league need? Well, another thing that's popular in the NBA is NBA rivalries. And that's what most faces of the league need. You had Bill Russell versus Wilt, which wasn't much of a rivalry because Bill Russell was just dominating during that era. The only player to beat him in the finals was Bob Pettit in 58. But you even go to Magic versus Bird, one of the most iconic rivalries of all time. You can also say Jerry West versus Bill Russell, but we'll get into that maybe later. You have Jordan versus, you can say, the Jazz, Karl Malone. You can say Gary Payton. You can say Charles Barkley. Maybe you can even say Shaq. For Kobe, you can say the Spurs. You can say the Celtics. For LeBron, obviously it's Curry. But you can definitely see a pattern. Every face of the league needs a rival. And to say rival, that eliminates a lot of new players. Well, if you're thinking of NBA players with rivalries, you can think of Jason Tatum versus the Miami Heat. But the Miami Heat don't really have Jimmy Butler anymore, so they probably won't be as good as they were. So we can knock out Jason Tatum in the Heat. You can also say Jimmy. You can also say Tyrese Halliburton because he has a rivalry against Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. And although I think this is a great rivalry, I just don't think it is the biggest one. Since Jalen Brunson is already in his prime currently, and it's just not going to be the face of the league or a rival for the face of the league in upcoming years. You could point to Anthony Edwards, who doesn't really have a rival yet. But if you look into one of the first overall picks of the last 2 years, you see Cade Cunningham, who has a rival, but you might not know. Well, if we rewind again back to 2020, Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green are the top two players in high school basketball. Both are exciting, electrifying talents who were seen as future superstars in the NBA if they panned out. Well, Cade Cunningham was at Montfort Academy with fellow NBA stars, dominating high school basketball. Jalen Green was doing his own thing. Then they go to college. Cade goes to Oklahoma, and then Jalen Green goes to the G League Ignite. They both go drafted 1 and 2. Cade obviously going 1. And with the Rockets and Pistons not doing that well, it just doesn't seem like a rivalry is ever going to get built up. This is until the 24-25 NBA season, where the Detroit Pistons, after having one of the worst years in NBA history, one of the worst teams in NBA history, they were just so bad. And then the Rockets being slightly better, they were the 11th seed. And then after this year, the Pistons move up to the 6th seed. Maybe it's because the Pistons put shooters around Cade Cunningham, or maybe it's just Cade Cunningham took a massive leap. But Cade Cunningham ultimately won Most Improved Player, and honestly should have been up there in MVP votes. But then you look in the other side of the conference and you see the Houston Rockets, who, for no reason at all, keeping mostly the same team, move up to the second seed in the Western Conference, with Şengün looking amazing. Alperen, Amen Thompson looking great. Fred VanVleet looking great. Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green. And if you see one of their games during the season, you can see that they still have hatred for each other. Now, you might say this is a dumb argument for his rival because Jalen Green might not even be that good in the NBA, but he could prove himself on the Phoenix Suns. Who knows? Or if he gets traded to a new team like the Phoenix Suns are trying to do. You never know. But Cade Cunningham could have a slight rivalry with the Knicks or someone else. I think we can just use the argument for later, though. Another thing, most NBA GOATs carry their teams. I mean, they carry their teams to new heights. And if you look at Cade Cunningham, like most stars, I mean, you have Michael Jordan in 1986 carrying that god awful Chicago Bulls team to the conference finals against the 86 Celtics, one of the best teams in NBA history. Or you look at 2007 LeBron carrying a not so good Cavs team to the '07 finals. Although they get swept, he still brought them to the finals, which is impressive in itself. You can look at Bird, who had co-stars, but you can look at Bird. You can look at Wilt, Bill Russell, who people say was stacked, but Bill Russell kind of. If Bill Russell wasn't on that team, there would not be as many Hall of Famers. I'm sorry to say. That's a conversation for a different video, though. But if you just look around, all these GOATs and all these faces of the league carry their team to new heights. And that's exactly what Cade Cunningham has done. I mean, with a not so changed roster, all they've done is added to Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway, Malik Beasley, all those players, and they're automatically good. I mean, they also got a new coach, but they're great. And what is the new heights that this team can go? And if Cade Cunningham at this young can carry this team to a 6 seed or a playoff run, pushing the 3 seeded Knicks to 6 games, where could he go if he takes another leap? Could he be the best player in the league? Could he improve his scoring, be a 30-point per game scorer? Who knows the heights that Cade Cunningham could reach? Now, I hope for all of those reasons, I have convinced you that Cade Cunningham could potentially be the next face of the NBA. And if I haven't, that's okay, because I hope to convince you one day. Thanks for watching the video. If you made it this far, comment down below. Next Gen Hoops. Actually, I don't know what to comment down below. Comment whatever you want. Don't remember, we're on a road to 100 subs. We are at 22 as of recording this out of 100. So please sub. We want to hit our sub goal before the end of the year. And if you sub, that's 1% closer to our goal. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for watching all the way through. Hope you guys have a great day, and see ya.